Feeling stuck. Waiting for motivation that never comes? Stop chasing sparks and start building fire. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to become unstoppable not by feeling inspired, but by mastering discipline. Watch till the end. There are days when the alarm clock feels like your enemy. When you open your eyes, and the spark that once pushed you forward seems gone. No excitement, no thrill, just the weight of another day. You scroll your phone, looking for that one motivational quote, that one video, that one burst of energy to make you move. But nothing hits the same. The fire you once had is quiet now. That's when most people give up, because they mistake the absence of motivation for the end of their journey. But motivation was never meant to last forever. It's a visitor, not a resident. It comes to spark you, not to carry you. The truth is simple: motivation starts the engine, but discipline drives the car. Think about it: the athletes who train in the rain, the artists who create even when uninspired, the workers who show up day after day, they're not always motivated. They're disciplined. They understand that the secret to success isn't found in excitement, but in consistency. Motivation whispers, do it when you feel good. Discipline commands, do it whether you feel good or not. Every great person you admire has learned this difference. They don't chase the mood. They chase the mission. Because moods are fragile, but missions are unbreakable. When you rely only on motivation, you live in cycles. One day you're unstoppable, the next you're drowning in excuses. But when you build discipline, you become a machine of purpose. You no longer depend on how you feel, but on who you've decided to become. And that's where real transformation begins, when you act not because you want to, but because you must. Because you've built a promise to yourself, and you refuse to break it. Discipline isn't a gift, it's a muscle. And like any muscle, it grows through resistance, repetition, and pain. At first, discipline feels like a burden: waking up early when your bed begs you to stay, working out when your body says not today, studying when your mind drifts somewhere else. It feels unnatural, unfair even. You look at others who seem effortlessly driven and wonder, why can't I be like that? But here's the truth: nobody wakes up disciplined. They become disciplined through daily choices. It's not about how strong you are, it's about how consistent you're willing to be. Motivation asks for inspiration. Discipline asks for action. The secret lies in building systems that make success automatic. Don't rely on emotion, rely on structure. If you want to get stronger, schedule your workout and show up even when it rains. If you want to write, sit down at the same time every day and start typing even when your mind is blank. If you want to grow your business, set non-negotiable hours for creation, not just consumption. The moment you remove how I feel from the equation, life changes. Because discipline doesn't care about your mood. It only cares about progress. And soon, something beautiful happens. What once felt heavy begins to feel normal. You start trusting yourself. You stop making promises you can't keep. You build integrity from within. Every time you do what you said you'd do, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. One day, those votes turn into identity. You stop saying, I'm trying, and start saying, I do. That's how real change works: silently, consistently, and painfully at first. But as days become weeks, and weeks become months, your body adapts, your mind toughens, and your spirit evolves. And then, you realize, the person who once needed motivation to move has been replaced by someone who moves naturally, without waiting for permission. That's the transformation most people never reach because they quit in the early stages, right before the system clicks. The real war isn't against laziness. It's against your own comfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. It whispers, you've done enough, when you've barely started. So, when your body begs to rest and your mind screams to quit, remember this. Growth only happens when comfort ends. By now, you've learned the hard truth. Motivation is temporary, a spark that lights the fire but cannot keep it burning. Discipline, on the other hand, is the constant fuel, the engine that keeps you moving even when everything else screams to stop. But understanding this concept is not enough. Real transformation occurs when discipline becomes a part of your identity, when it stops being an action you take and starts being the lens through which you see life itself. Imagine waking up every morning without waiting for inspiration, without negotiating with your comfort, without searching for external approval. You rise because it is who you are. You train, you create, you work, you learn not because it feels good, not because the world applauds you, but because you have made a sacred promise to yourself that no excuse will ever dictate your actions, and no challenge will ever dictate your destiny. The path is not glamorous. It is littered with obstacles, failures, and moments where giving up feels like the only logical choice. Your body aches, your mind protests, and the world outside may even mock your persistence. But this is the crucible in which character is forged. This is where ordinary people fail and extraordinary people are born. Those who endure learn the ultimate truth: comfort is the enemy of greatness. The moment you choose to move forward despite discomfort, you step into a zone few dare to enter, the zone of unstoppable momentum. Discipline trains you to act despite fear. It teaches patience in the face of delays. It rewires your brain to value progress over pleasure and effort over excuses. Every decision you make becomes a vote for the person you are becoming. Every choice to act rather than postpone strengthens your identity. Over time, these small victories compound into an unshakable mindset. Resistance fades not because life becomes easier, but because you have grown stronger mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Repetition is your most powerful ally. The human brain rewards habit far more than heroics. By showing up every day, even when motivation deserts you, you build neural pathways that make disciplined action automatic. What once required enormous effort now becomes instinct. The battles you once fought with procrastination, doubt, and laziness are won in silence, inside the quiet spaces of consistent daily practice. This is where transformation moves from the abstract to the tangible, where you stop chasing your potential and begin embodying it. At this stage, the disciplined mindset transforms your relationship with time. Days no longer slip by unnoticed, hours are precious building blocks of your vision. Tasks that once seemed mundane gain profound significance because you know they are shaping your future self. You understand that extraordinary results are rarely born from dramatic leaps or last-minute bursts. They emerge through countless deliberate steps, taken relentlessly over months, years, and decades. Each day of consistent effort is a silent declaration: I am here. I am growing. I will not quit. Discipline also cultivates quiet confidence. Unlike the fleeting bravado of external validation, this confidence is internal, rooted in trust in yourself. You have faced hardship, pushed through resistance, and honored your word even when every fiber of your being begged to stop. You have witnessed firsthand that action precedes courage, that persistence precedes results, and that patience precedes mastery. This confidence whispers, rather than shouts, I have done this before, I will do it again, and I will see it through to the end. The disciplined life does not promise ease or comfort. It promises growth, mastery, and freedom from the tyranny of moods, from the chains of procrastination, and from the fear of failure. By embracing this mindset, you no longer depend on fleeting inspiration. You are no longer controlled by emotions or external circumstances. You operate from a higher plane, a state where focus, resilience, and purpose converge into unstoppable force. So take action now. Not tomorrow. Not when it feels right. Now. Every step you take today is a vote for your future self. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to reinforce your identity. Every moment you resist temptation, procrastination, and self-doubt strengthens the foundation of who you are becoming. One day, you will look back at your journey and realize that the person who once needed motivation has been replaced by someone who moves through life with relentless determination. The fire that once flickered inconsistently within you is now a steady, unwavering blaze, fueled not by fleeting inspiration, but by the enduring power of discipline. Discipline is more than a habit. It is more than a strategy. It is a lifestyle, a mindset, and a superpower. It shapes your destiny. It defines your limits. It becomes the invisible force that carries you past obstacles, beyond doubt, and toward your ultimate potential. And the best part? It is already within you, waiting for you to claim it. Stand up. Show up. Commit. Persist. Because the journey to becoming unstoppable is yours, and it begins the moment you decide that discipline, not motivation, will lead the way. Subscribe my channel.